In today's video, we're going to be taking an unboxing and overview, and we'll even do a test boot of this MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi motherboard. So yes, what do we have here? Well, we're B650, so we're AM5, and it's an ATX motherboard. Yes, we've gone out there, guys. We're in ATX territory now, so you know we're in the big boy leagues, aren't we? So yeah, none of that micro ATX stuff at the moment. So yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, I actually got this for used on Amazon. It was one of their Amazon resale things or whatever they call it, and I actually paid a real bargain price of only £80. Only £80, guys. Only £80 I paid for this motherboard, so that's real. It's a real bargain, I must say. Now, obviously, it is used, so there could be issues. Hopefully, there isn't. Hopefully, there's no bent pins or anything like that in the CPU socket, and hopefully, it's good. But yeah, I think this is actually a really good board. I'm really looking forward to actually doing a build in it. For our test build, we actually have a Ryzen 5 9600X, which is actually a really good CPU that we've brought. I think I'm really happy with that. You know, I think that's probably about all you need nowadays for a CPU. I mean, that really is, you know, 6-core 12 thread, but it's like real top end 6-core 12 thread, so that'll be absolutely fine. And we'll pair it with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, but we haven't quite got that yet. But anyway, we'll sort that out. But anyway, let's concentrate on the motherboard for now, and then we'll get into that test boot in a bit for you guys. So yeah, I think basically we just unbox. And I hope you like the new setup here, guys. I've got the standing desk here, which, well, you can't quite see, but also the overhead shot as well. As the video goes through, you'll be able to see more of this, but yeah, hopefully you do like it. So first of all, we do have our I/O shield. Now again, this is new, so this is not exactly how you're going to see it out of the box. Then we do have one SATA cable, which is nice. We do have those Wi-Fi antennas because this has integrated Wi-Fi, this motherboard. So again, how I've got an AM5 motherboard, which is ATX, which also comes with Wi-Fi for only £80, I don't know. I've got a steal here. Now, I really am just hoping it is going to work fine because obviously we had AM5 issues before, didn't we, guys? So, you know, we don't want to see that again. But hopefully we are good this time. And weirdly, we get the M.2 screw, which is fine. But we've also got another set of aerials, which I don't know why there was two sets, but we won't complain. And we've also got another SATA cable as well. So again, we won't complain. Always nice to have a few extra bits, isn't it? And here we go, guys. So hopefully you can see this on the screen there. I think I am going to go a little bit higher because I maybe got the desk a little bit too low. Never mind for the camera where we are. But again, we're in the early phase of how to kind of sort this all out. So yeah, but yeah, I think, anyway, let's concentrate on the motherboard. It's actually, you know, looks really good. I mean, all black design, I really like that. Real good heat sinks on the actual VRMs and everything, so that's looking really nice. I really like this black, sort of blacked out sort of look. There's no integrated I/O shield with this one. You obviously do have the separate I/O shield, so it is what it is. I would have liked it integrated, but you know, I've only paid £80, so I can't get everything, can I, guys? Yeah, so if you haven't seen our sort of overview, our unboxing and overview of motherboards, basically we just go all the way around the motherboard, and yeah, we just kind of do an overview for you guys. I'm going to be pretty quick, obviously, because we're going to try and get to that test boot for you pretty quick, guys, because I, like you, want to know whether this boots or not, so we'll see what happens. But overall, you know, I think we've got a good motherboard here, and let's just quickly go through the overview, and then we'll get into that test boot. So yeah, in the top left-hand corner, we actually have two 8-pin EPS power connectors. You know, this is for your CPU. Basically, yeah, I think that's fine. You don't need two, really. You only need to connect one. There's two there, but unless you're using a very powerful CPU, I wouldn't even bother connecting both up. I'd just connect the one 8-pin up there. So that's not a problem. As I said, the VRMs the heat sinks on the VRMs are actually really good, so that's fine. Going to be plenty of cooling here. Really, this motherboard can have any CPU you want. I mean, even if you went right up to the Ryzen 7 9800X3D, I think you'd be absolutely fine with this motherboard. I don't think there's any CPU that you couldn't actually run with this motherboard. Even if it is B650, it's still a very good B650 motherboard. I think I might actually just put it this side, the motherboard. It might be easier, just from a presenting point of view, guys. So we have our CPU fan connector with a pump connector and a system fan connector. Now I believe there's actually quite a lot of system fans in here. I think you've got, from what I can see, it's 4. Yeah, so you have 4 system fan connectors as well, so that's actually really great. So if you do, if you are going to kit out your case with loads and loads of fans, you're going to be absolutely fine with this motherboard. Then obviously our CPU socket, and we will, obviously before I install the CPU, I'll have a quick look at that just to make sure the pins are fine, but I think they are okay. I mean, the fact that it's got a CPU protector on, I think I'm quite in good shape, so I'm a little bit more confident than I was. So yeah, hopefully that should be good. Now there is actually 4 DIMM slots because this is an ATX board as well, and they actually have the connectors at the bottom and also the top as well. So that's nice that it has the clips at both sides, because it's really annoying when you haven't got the clips at both sides and you're kind of a little bit unsure whether you've fully got the module in and what have you, so that's good. Now I believe it's probably, most likely, it's 128 gigabytes of RAM is the total that you could actually have in here, but again, I'll put it all below for the exact details. And I think you can get up to about 6,400 mega transfers a second, maybe even towards 7,000 mega transfers a second. Obviously it's DDR5 because this is AM5 platform as well, so if you've got DDR4 you'll be out of luck, unfortunately. Our second system fan connectors here with the 24 pin, and also nice to see is a USB-C front panel connector as well, so that's also good. We do have 4 SATA ports here, which for this sort of motherboard with ATX I would have expected 6, but again, there's so much emphasis now on M.2 slots, I don't think you're going to be in any problem there. We have the third system fan connector down here as well for your fans. Then we do have, your normal connectors for your front panel and what have you, and then we do have that USB 3 connector for the front panel, so you can put your USB 3 ports on your front panel. And then we get 2 USB 2 ports, which is obviously good if you've got legacy USB 2 ports that you want to use, or any of those sort of AIOs and what have you that might need that. And then we've really got some connectors that aren't really needed. Oh yeah, sorry. And I've kind of glossed over. The ARGB connectors are here as well. There's one 5-volt 3-pin ARGB connector here, and also one down there as well, down right at the bottom there by the front panel connectors. And there is your old-fashioned 4-pin 12-volt RGB, but I don't really think anyone uses that. But it is there, and there's 2 connectors for that as well. So plenty of RGB, connectivity for you guys. And then right at the bottom left there, we do have the front audio there, right at the bottom there. Sorry if it's difficult, because I maybe put the table a little bit too low actually. But again, I'm just playing around with this. I'm just trying to get used to the standing desk and what have you. So it's going to take a little bit of time until I get used to the setup, until I get it totally how I want it. So just bear with me, guys, for a bit. We do have a Lightning Gen 4 connector here for our M.2. That actually has a heatsink on it, so that's actually really nice. So your first M.2 slot's going to have a nice big heatsink on, so you don't need to worry about buying those more expensive drives which have the heatsink already included with them, because you already got it here. And then we do have the main PCIe times 16 lane, which is obviously Gen 4 as well, because it's B650. So PCIe Gen 4 support on the NVMe and also the PCIe lanes as well, so for your big graphics card. And then we do have another M.2 slot here at the bottom just there. So two M.2s for support here. Not fantastic. I mean, nowadays you kind of want to go with, like, especially with ATX boards, most of them actually have about 3 or even 4. So, you know, obviously that's with the more sort of like the B850 and the more premium models of those. So obviously, you know, if you want a bit more M.2 support, you are going to have to get a different motherboard. But I think for most people, what you're going to need more than 2 M.2 slots for. So I think that's fine. And then we do have our we do have a ×1 slot here for the PCIe slot, and we do have a times I reckon it's a ×8 slot at the bottom there, but I could be wrong. I'll put all the details there as well. But you're probably not going to use that because it's already integrated Wi-Fi, so you're probably not even going to need to put another PCI card in. You're just going to slot your graphics card in and away you go. And now we go on to that I/O, the real important I/O that we need, the rear I/O. So we do have a BIOS flashback button here, and the BIOS flashback port is actually this one here, this USB 3 port. I'll put all the details below as well as we go along. You do have a HDMI and also a DisplayPort connector there as well. So if you are running one of those G series CPUs, which is graphics CPUs, you will be able to use that as display out. But I think for most people, they're just going to go with discrete graphics cards, so that's not really needed. Now, I think the LAN is a 2.5 gigabyte LAN, but again, I'll put it below if it's only 1 gigabyte or what have you. These are the USB 3 ports that you get here. So you get 3 of the, well, I think they're for sort of like USB 3.2 or what have you, or Gen 2 or what have you. But anyway, I'll put it all below. But we also have a USB-C connector as well, so that's really good to see. And 8 USB ports altogether, and then these are the 4 USB 3 sort of standard ports. Here is our integrated Wi-Fi, and obviously, like I said, for some reason we've got 2 sets of the antennas, but always nice to have a spare set, I guess. And we do have some audio ports here as well. So the audio is not going to be fantastic, but it's going to be basic audio for what most people are going to need. So you're not going to need a separate sound card, especially in 2025. No one really gets a separate sound card nowadays, do they, guys? Oh, and your 4th system fan header is also just below there as well, just below the I/O. So I hope you enjoyed that first part, and now we'll jump into the building up the motherboard, and then obviously that all-important test build and that test boot for you guys to see whether we actually do have a working motherboard. Let's hope, guys, fingers crossed. And here we are, guys. So we're going to build up the motherboard now, and hopefully this overhead view is all fine. I've tried to kind of straighten it out and what have you. It's all been quite difficult, but you know, I'm not a camera technician. That isn't my speciality, and I will admit that, and I'll hold my hands up to the video side. I am trying my absolute best. My expertise is certainly with the motherboards and the computers and the CPUs and everything like that. Tech is fine. Camera stuff, don't quite get so much, but we're trying, and we're getting there, guys. Hopefully this is coming through video wise good. Hopefully the audio is fine and you are enjoying these videos, and obviously smash a like if you are obviously liking these videos. So the first thing I want to check is obviously these pins, because that's going to be a key part really to actually whether we can install this. So yeah, I'm really happy to go ahead with the CPU. So like I said, this is the Ryzen 5 9600X that we're going to install here. So the arrow is in the top left hand corner, so we'll match that with the CPU. Should literally just be a drop in here, guys. There you go. Yeah, happy that that's all in fine. Hopefully you can see all that. Now this clip thing should just come straight off, so we should be good there. There you go. And that's all off. So that's the hard bit. That's the hard bit done, guys. So we've got our 9600X installed, and we're pretty happy with that. So let's get these bits off, and then we can obviously go to the next part, which is the CPU cooler. So I've just gone with a very basic cooler. This is the ID SE214 XT all black. We're going to be doing an all black build as well. We've got a PC build coming up with this motherboard. Should be pretty decent again. We're going to go with an all black theme. It's going to be an all matte black. So matte black everything, as as a famous YouTuber says. So yeah, I think we're going to go with that look. I just need to remember how to actually install this this CPU cooler now. So this CPU cooler actually comes with 4 clips, so you can actually put 2 fans with the CPU cooler each side of the CPU cooler. So that's actually pretty cool. I hope you are liking the overhead view. I think it's actually a really cool view, and it's actually a lot better than what we had before. I think it's a lot more stable now. You can see more of the desks. You can see more of the desk, which is good. Where we had it before, it was all a bit janky, and I think this is a better setup now. So obviously let me know in the comments what you think, and are you liking this style of videos and what have you. Not too much thermal paste, just sort of like a pea size in the middle is always good. Just remember, done this before, not remembered the CPU cooler little plastic cover thing. That needs to always come off. Done that before. So it looks like a universal kind of side. I think we can go either side here. There we go. Okay, so I eventually got it in there, but that was all very, very difficult. There you go, nice and easy with the RAM. Maybe you didn't see that on camera, hopefully you did, but no. Now just the M.2 and we're done. There you go. There is also the heatsink thing as well, so we can take that off. The little firm sort of peel, if you will. Right, let's go and see if we can test boot it. So here we are, guys, with the first test boot. Here we go. Come on, guys, we can do this. So let's put our power supply in. Oh, we're going to need a power button. So here we go, first boot, guys. Let's see how it goes. I think we'll be all right. Three, two, one. Fans are spinning. Still got the debug lights on for the CPU. So, okay, that test boot didn't work, unfortunately, but we're going to keep going. We've got beep speaker on now, so we'll see what happens again. So, let's try number 2. Here we go. There was like 3 beeps, if you heard that. So I'm just going to have to see what that is. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, guys, I've put the RAM stick into the fourth slot. I think this is because it's saying bad RAM with the 3 beeps. So we're going to go again and see what happens. Might work, might not. Probably won't, but anyway, let's see what happens. Oh, hang on, we're getting somewhere. Will it boot? The lights are off. Something's on. VGA. There we go. Overcurrent has been detected on your USB device. System will shut down after 15 seconds to protect your main board. What does that mean? Okay. Something not happy with my USB. Okay. That's odd. I've never seen that before. I mean, we got boot, so let's be happy about that. Something's not going right with the USB, so I probably need to just try a different USB. I'll try it without the actual keyboard connected in the wireless keyboard, but we do have boot now, so we should all be good here. Hopefully it's nothing to do with this screen, which is plugged into the USB. It might be that, and then we might just have to use an external monitor, like a proper one. But this is getting somewhere, guys, so this is good progress. Yeah, overcurrent again. I'm not really sure what this overcurrent thing is. I can only think maybe something's wrong with a USB port. I don't really know what this is. I think we'll have to swap out the external. This monitor, I think, is probably going to be what we're going to have to do. If I can get a second monitor up, that's probably going to be the best bit. Okay, back again, guys. I plugged in my USB. The USB-C is plugged into my other PC, so it's not plugged into this PC. It's not plugged into this one. So hopefully we shouldn't get that issue again, unless there's something wrong with one of the USB ports. But let's boot up again and see what happens. Yeah, overcurrent has been detected on your USB device. I haven't got a USB device in, so I don't know what this is about. So it doesn't like RAM in the first slot, and also it comes up with that USB overcurrent thing. So unfortunately, we might have a bit of a problem with this motherboard now, guys, which is frustrating. So I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Again, AM5, another issue. Again, admittedly, maybe I shouldn't have brought a used board. Yeah. What can you do, unfortunately? Yeah, some kind of overcurrent thing, and I don't know what it is. I've got no USBs attached into the front panel or the rear of the motherboard. Nothing is actually attached, like literally, to it, unless it's something to do with the. I can't think it's the graphics card. Maybe that's the only thing we could try. Maybe try and boot off not use a graphics card. That's actually, let's try that before we go any further. Okay, so we've got, you probably can't see it, but we've got the HDMI plugged into the HDMI port on the actual motherboard now. Second slot does boot. First slot doesn't boot on the RAM sticks, but it is what it is. That wouldn't be a problem if we're going to use 2 and 3. If we're going to use 2 and 4 anyway, it won't be a problem, but a bit annoying. Trying it again. Yeah, the overcurrent comes up again. It actually did come up on the screen, so you can use the integrated graphics. Integrated graphics on the CPU is working fine from the motherboard, and I've taken the graphics card out, and that's nothing to say. Unfortunately, we are going to have to just send the motherboard back. Obviously, like I said, we've only just bought this from Amazon, so we can return it back. Bit of a frustrating one again, guys. I am really, really sorry. If anyone's got any advice in the comments, please let me know. This is really, really disappointing again, that we've had another issue with AM5. I've never had this much issues with AM4, I must admit. don't know whether that's just someone's sent a busted motherboard back and Amazon haven't checked it. From what I know, I mean, obviously, from what I know, and I could be wrong here, guys, Amazon do check these motherboards, but it could be a case that they're not checking these motherboards and they're just sending them, or motherboards or CPU. Because I also had a CPU problem as well, as you guys know, we had a CPU problem. So where it's a faulty CPU, and we might even have just a faulty board here now. So that is what it is. But it is booting with that CPU, so the CPU must be good. I think it is just the board, some kind of weird overcurrent thing. I don't know how to fix that. Whether that's something I have to just, you know, dust out the USB ports maybe, or something that's, I don't know, it's probably further than that, isn't it? But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm sorry about this, because I really wanted to get a test built done for you guys and what have you, but it is what it is now, so I'm going to have to end this video. But as always, guys, please like the video, please comment on what you think, and please subscribe for my future videos. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.